So, I quickly stand up and turn around. And... Homie G. On top of the water tower, in the sky, 10 meters away, a guy is looking down at me. Deep ultramarine that melts into the night. His grin is wild and bestial, and a bestial smell carries on the wind. The stare of the beast is a cool one. The man in blue looks at me like an old friend, even in this situation. The hell?
これあなたの仕業。
いや、小細工を浪するのは魔術師の役割だ。俺たちはただ命じられたまま戦うのみ。だろ？そこの兄さんよ。
Wait, what? Casual, but his voice is filled with murderous intent. This guy can see Archer!
やっぱりサーバント。
I mean, what gave it away? The outfit? Like, come on.
で、それがわかるお嬢ちゃんは俺の敵ってことでいいのかな?
Alright, what's the plan? Because it seems like we're gonna have to deal with this guy. My spine freezes, a normal light tone of voice, and it's colder than anything I've ever heard. Scary enough to make me vomit. Wait, what? I can't tell how I should move or what my best course is, but my reason is telling me absolutely not to fight this man right here.
ほう、大したもんだ。何もわからねえようで要点は抑えてやがる。
But Archer...
ああ、失敗したなこりゃ。面白がって声をかけるんじゃなかったぜ。
But can Archer help though? This man raises his arm. It happens in an instant. The arm that held nothing until now. Oh, now holds a red weapon 2 meters long. Yeah, about that. I jump to the side without thinking. I can't spare the time to consider that I can't jump full force while on a rooftop. I just jump with full force to the side as if trying to smash the fence. Oh my gosh! A whirlwind brushes past my hair. Barely made it. Dude, Archer, what are you doing, bro? He rushed me in an eye blink and mercilessly slashed the space I just occupied. The blue whirlwind pursues me. Oh gosh, we're screwed if Archer can't help me, dude. There are no escapes. The fence is behind me. To my size, no, I won't make it. Wait, my response is fast. I run the magic crest on my left arm and assemble the magic in a single measure. It lightens my body and adjusts gravity. In this instant, my body becomes light as a feather and I leap. I jump over the fence and fall from the rooftop. That was freaking close, dude. We almost died. The wind and pressure push against my body. 15 meters to the ground, 1.7 seconds until landing. No, that's too slow. He'll catch... Yo, this man must be hella quick. I let Archer take the impact of the landing and start to run as soon as my feet touch the ground. First, I have to change the location. We have to go somewhere we can move around freely, not in a small space like a place like a rooftop. We have to move to a large field with no obstacles to play the archers in my strength. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. It's amazing that she can still calculate that even though this is her first battle. She's managing to keep a cool head. Nice. I run from the rooftop to the school ground in less than 7 seconds. It's more than 100 meters. My speed is so fast that normal people would see only a blur. But that's... Apparently he's faster. Meaningless against a servant. Yeah. Oh! Nice! At the moment I step back, Archer steps in front, taking form. It's about damn time, dude. A cloudy night. In Archer's hand is a short sword that reflects the weak moonlight. A man crooks his mouth.
いいね。そう来なくっちゃ。話が早いやつは嫌いじゃない。
A large whirlwind. That's the weapon swung at me on the rooftop. The blood-red crimson lance that tried to mercilessly slaughter me.
ランサーのサーバント。
いかにも、そういうあんたのサーバントはセイバ
No, he's not.
ーって感じじゃねえな。
Who the hell are you? There's no sign of his previous casual demeanor. In response to Lancer full of murderous intent, Archer remains silent. The distance between the two is about 5 meters. The weapon in Lancer's hand is about 2 meters. No, please no hiccups, dude. For that man with the bestial smell, I feel like the remaining 3 meters are meaningless.
まっとうな一騎打ちをするタイプじゃねえな、てめえは。ってことは、アーチャーか。
This man is really perceptive, apparently. Archer doesn't respond to the sneering voice either. Confronting each other strangely are red and blue. The two counterfeit-colored knights are already watching for the other's clinching blow.
いいぜ。好みじゃねえが、出会ったからにはやるだけだ。そら、獲物を出せよ、アーチャー。これでも礼はわきまえているからな。それぐらいは待ってやる。
This man said manners. Dude, you almost killed... F this hiccups! Archer does not respond. There's nothing to say to an enemy he must defeat. That steel back of his seems to declare so. That makes me realize I'm being stupid. Archer just waiting for my word, my command.
Archer?
I talk to his back without approaching
手
him.
助けはしないわ。あなたの力、ここで見せて。
Well, damn! Was that a laugh? He grins as if to answer my words, and the Red Knight dashes forward. Twirling gusts of wind. Short sword in hand, the red bullet launches. What meets him is a blue spear thrust. If the dashing archer is a raging wind, the responding spearhead is a divine wind. Whoa! The sword is swung. A swing to deflect the thrust. Archer parries the thrust of the high-speed lance with a short sword. The one in red stops. The enemy did not permit Archer's rush. The enemy doesn't even let him get within 2 meters the range of the spear. For a long weapon, distance is always preferred. As Lancer has a weapon almost 2 meters long, he only needs to attack when an enemy comes into his range. Thrusting at an approaching enemy is easier than moving out yourself. But even so, Lancer closes the distance himself and doesn't even allow Archer to move forward. Yo! His temper is like a burning fire. Lancer closes in with each blow with no thought of stopping. With a long weapon, it's suicidal to close into an enemy. A spearman's tactic is to use their long range to defeat the enemy and win the battle. So, as Lancer is just advancing unchecked, he doesn't have a chance of winning. But that's just by the book. Lancer's lance shows no vulnerabilities as it strikes for the throat, shoulders, forehead, and throat. I mean, is that what it said? Did it say heart? Whatever. No, and heart. Yeah, it did say that. Thrust so fast, even the after images are blurred. As each strike of his lance repels, rebuffs, and pushes back Archer, any one of his thrusts could be called a final blow. But even as a bowman, Archer is a servant. No ordinary attack can be a final blow. Come on, Archer! Having repelled the lance aimed at his forehead, Archer closes in with speed superior to Lancer's lance. Based on its shape, you might think that the main attack of a lance is a thrust, but the basic strength of a lance is in swings. This is because a wide swing using its long range does not allow the enemy to dodge it by stepping back. A partial retreat does not allow escape, and an attempt to counterattack will only result in a slashed stomach. But simply going forward will end up in a smashed rib from the long shaft of the lance. Archer and Lancer are similarly built. On top of that, it's hard for Archer with no heavy armor to step into range of a lance swung like a whirlwind. But thrusts are a different story. A blazing fast thrust certainly to strike you is certainly scary, but as long as the attack targets a point, there are many ways to avoid it once you see it. As Archer did just then, hitting the shaft of the approaching lamp to reach or direct it slightly creates an opening. It must be because he underestimated a bowman. The advantage of a long weapon is in the length and freedom of its range. Once Lancer has discarded these advantages himself, his defeat is... The one in red stops. A nightmare-like time is reversing. The thrust is faster than the previous ones. Archer tries to parry the blow, but he gets flickered away along with his weapon. There are no openings in Lancer's attack. No, not just that. The thrust increases speed and power without limit, and it becomes a final blow even for a servant. We were the ones that underestimated him. For that servant, for Lancer's weapon, there are no general rules about lances. Who could ever parry continuous attacks without even a space to breathe between them? Archer manages to retreat a bit in parries, and as a result, the distance between them opens a little. That distance, Lancer uses that distance as a runway to launch an even more powerful attack. The raging continuous attack is only a repetition of that, but the blows themselves are godlike. 10 blows already. No, it must actually be many times more than that. The heavy rain of lance pours with yet more strength, trying to skewer Archer to death. It's not fast, but it's just skill. It's thrusts like a waterfall with no change in speed. What can Archer do as he's now on the defensive? With such a short sword, he can only parry the lance. He has no way to close on Lancer, and he continues to retreat. A vacuum of steel unfolds. Support. I have to back Archer up, but my throat won't respond. My magic has poor aim. Unless Archer gets far away from Lancer, I will hit him with my magic as well. Such an opening would only increase Lancer's advantage. And besides, frankly, I'm captivated. This is a battle between servants. This is the Holy Grail War itself, where we use heroic spirits, the highest rank of familiar, whom we would never otherwise obtain. Servants. Familiars of different classes that obey the 7 masters. These are the highest ranked familiars called heroic spirits that the Holy Grail summons. So it's misleading to call them familiars. Originally, familiars were just beings that ran errands for the Magus. Imagine perhaps a cat in boots, or a cute white bird, or a black dog that doesn't obey its master, or something like that. Familiars that a mere Magus can summon are of that level. Familiars are just familiars. They are only mascots that run errands for their master, so they cannot be beings stronger than their masters, but servants are different. They are the most powerful beings. Even for sorcerers, of which there are only 5 in this world, it would probably be impossible to form a contract with them. It's not that the summoning is hard, or even that the ability of the servant surpasses that of the Magus. Servants themselves are beings above magic. I'll make it clear, servants are heroes from the past. Myth, legend, fable, history, fiction or not, the superhuman beings who gain concrete existence in folklore are what we call heroes. A hero that becomes eternal in people's minds is no longer human after their death and is promoted to another form of existence. Humans who bring about miracles, save people, and achieve great deeds are called heroes even after their death. After being so called, they are promoted to heroic spirits after their death and become guardians of humanity. It doesn't matter whether these people existed in reality or only in stories. It is people's minds that create a hero. People's wishes that this is how things should be. Give them form and set them up as real. Authenticity does not matter. They can have form as long as they have fame as a legend and people have faith. The ultimate ideal humans have created, the greatest human people have created. These are the heroes, the heroic spirits. And of course, since they are beyond human, they cannot be controlled by humans. A magus usually borrows their power only to mimic them. They can't summon heroic spirits themselves, but the Holy Grail made that impossibility into reality. It summons the heroic spirit beyond human control and turns it into a familiar obedient to the master. That nonsense is proof that the Holy Grail is almighty. And with the passing of years ignored, the heroic spirits are summoned. The most recent from 100 years ago, the oldest from the ancient days. The 7 heroic spirits obey each of the 7 masters, protect them, and eliminate the masters of the enemy. Heroes from every age and country are revived into the present day to kill one another for supremacy. That is why this ritual is called the Holy Grail War. But it seems the Holy Grail has its limits too. Even the Holy Grail cannot indiscriminately call unto the spirit-like beings. Just as a form invented by humans is required for the imaginary 6th element known as the devil to take form, the heroic spirits also need a form to live in this world. That form is their temporary name, and the way they exist in this world, they exist. The Holy Grail has furnished classes so that the heroic spirits may take form more easily, and it only summons the heroic spirits that match these classes. It's like a passport to the present as it sets up a role as a familiar in advance by allowing the summoned heroic spirit to take on that role. It helps the spirit to take form. If there are 7 masters chosen by the Holy Grail, there are also 7 servants obeying those masters. There are 7 furnished classes. Knight of the Sword, Saber. Knight of the Lance, Lanza. Knight of the Bow, Archer. Mounted Soldier, Rider. Magus, Casta. Silent Killer, Assassin. Mad Warrior, Berserker. Only the heroic spirits with attributes of these classes are summoned to the present to obey the master and become a servant. That is the servant system. A summoning and contract with a heroic spirit beyond human control to win the miracle beyond human grasp. The ultimate competition held only on this ground, the one and the only Holy Grail War. Come on, Archer, a loud crash. The short sword that deflected Lancer's lance flies from Archer's hand. This is Lancer's technique, a straight thrust that turns into a sweep at Archer's wrist. It was a blow Archer could not avoid even if he had seen it coming. Archer! There is no effective way of parrying a lance with a sword. A strong rebuff only results in a stronger counterattack, and a weak rebuff does not create any openings. The important aspect of the battle between a sword and a lance lies in defeating the enemy when he is at the wrong range. There is no hesitation in Lancer. His movement to push Archer back stops. He must intend to end the match in a single instant. The stares of the firmly placed Lancer at the swordless Archer clash. In that instant, the lance is thrust just like a flash of light. It can't even be seen. Forehead, neck, heart. 3 shots are launched, any one a fatal blow. But the flash, too fast to see, is repelled by a shining blade. Wait, what? In Archer's hand is a short sword again. A sword like before, a Chinese sword like a hat. Wait, what? But the biggest difference is... Question mark? Why does he have, what? A pair of swords. In his hands are matched swords, mirror image of each other. Lancer's lance flies. Oh my! Oh! As if to finish Archer off, the lance moves faster and faster. Archer defends with a burning spirit. His hawk-like eyes say that he will not retreat anymore. No, that he will only advance from now on. The clashing sounds are like a well-orchestrated music. 2 steels clanging against each other. The sparking clashes increase in rhythm without pause. The battle of the two is like a vacuum. It sucks in the air around them, and it seems like anything approaching them will be cut to pieces. In reality, it only lasts an instant, but for me looking on, it seems to take an infinitely long time. Lancer tries not to let Archer near him, while Archer advances using his swords as a shield. Over 100 blows have been thrown, and Archer loses a sword every time, but it's only for a moment as Archer has a sword in his hand in the next instant, forcing Lancer back a little each time. Lancer finally admits his carelessness, and even though he doesn't know who is before him, he will be the loser if he dismisses him as a mere bowman. The distance widens. Probably to recover, Lancer puts a large distance between them. His speed is extraordinary. Archer's charge was out of this world, but it was still slow compared to Lancer. The movement of his retreat had panther-like speed and agility.
27. それだけ弾き飛ばしてもまだあるとはな。
Lancer mutters in irritation. No, it's more like confusion. I feel the same way. According to Father, a servant carries only one weapon. Their weapon is filled with magical energy, so it's not something that can be created one after another like Archer was just doing. So how's he doing it? Servants are heroes that sublimate their spirits after death, equaling the holy spirits. To put it another way, they are like devils or angels. They are powerful familiars on their own, but their most powerful weapon is their proof of heroism, a magical item called their noble phantasm. A noble phantasm is a weapon or armor the servant used when they were a hero, and it's treated as a last resort. The noble phantasm is the one and only weapon for a servant. This is because the noble phantasm is an ultimate weapon without equal. The lance that Lancer is using will show its power as a noble phantasm when Lancer deems it necessary. A noble phantasm is an impressive weapon by itself, but its true ability is to release all its power using its true name. Heroes' weapons, which rule over all others and which have killed dragons and gods. Servants activate their noble phantasm using their magical energy. It's much like magic. Servants recreate the destructions in legend using their weapons as a catalyst. Those weapons are never disposable. The swords that Archer brought out must be excellent, but they cannot be his noble phantasm. He is the servant archer, so the noble phantasm he concealed must be a bow.
どうしたランサー様子見とは君らしくないな先ほどの勢いはどこに行った
What the hell? Why is he so smug?
チッタヌキが減らず口を叩きやがるか
Man calling him a cheater! Lancer's irritation is understandable. Even though Lancer fought as a spearman, Archer fended him off as a swordsman. Rin&Archer hasn't shown any of his abilities yet. So it's only natural for Lancer to feel ghastly.
いいぜ聞いてやるよてめえどこの英雄だ二頭使いの旧兵なぞ聞いたことがない
Yeah, that is a very weird thing.
そういう君は分かりやすいな総兵には最速の英雄が選ばれるというが君はその中でもえりすぐりだこれほどの宗師は世界に3人といまい加えて獣のごとき敏捷さといえばおそらく1人
Wait, what?
ほうよく言ったアーチャー
Wait, he knows who he is? At that instant, his vast murderous intent makes me forget to breathe. Wait, what the hell? Lancer's arm moves. This is different from before. It stands free from contempt. The spearhead is lowered as if to strike the ground. Only his stare pierces Archer.
ならば食らうか我が必殺の一撃を
止めはしないいずれ越えねばならぬ敵だ
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is about to get epic. Lancer's body sinks down. At the same time, a chill like thorns fills the schoolyard. The air freezes, not a metaphor. It literally freezes. All the mana in the air is frozen. The only person allowed to breathe there is the warrior called Lancer. The lance in Lancer's hands is unmistakably a demonic one, and now it is waiting to take its true form in the moment it strikes. Is this the noble phantasm? Crap. He'll be beaten. I don't know what kind of noble phantasm that is, but Archer will be beaten. It's implausible since this is the first time I felt such an intuition, but there's no doubt about it. Archer will die when that lance is thrust. It is determined. Literally, Lancer's lance is the embodiment of inescapable death. What? Archer will be defeated. Archer will die when Archer pierces his heart. And yet, even though I know what's going to happen, I can't even help him because if I move even a finger, that will trigger the attack. So if anything can stop this battle and stop Archer's defeat, it would be... What the... It would be the chance appearance of a stranger we have all overlooked. What? The ghastly air coming from Lancer disappears. The sound of fleeing footsteps. That figure is definitely wearing a school uniform. What the hell? I thought nobody was here.
そのようだなおかげで命拾いしたが
Archer says calmly, "We were certainly saved, but..."
ランサーに気を取られて周りの気配に気づかなかったってアーチャーあんた何してんの
見てわからないか手が空いたから休んでいる
んなわけないでしょランサーはどうしたのよ
Is he gone?
さっきの人影を追ったよ目撃者だからなおそらく消しに行ったのだろう
Well, we can't really let that happen either, can we? For an instant, my thoughts stopped.
追ってアーチャー
To
私もすぐに追いつくから
Archer goes after Lancer immediately. Damn!
なんて間抜け
I curse my carelessness. It's the rule of Maggie to eliminate any witnesses, which is why, if one didn't want to do that, one just had to allow no witnesses. I've done that until now, so why do I have to make a mistake today of all days? Because you seem to do that when it matters most. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure to slap that subscribe button so you guys know when I upload the next one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.